My fiancée said at her bridal shower, "I'm only marrying him because I'm tired of waiting for someone better." She didn't realize her mic was connected to the big speakers. I stepped forward and said, "Perfect, then let's stop wasting your time." Then I canceled the ring insurance, the caterer, and the tux rental on the spot. When she saw who walked out of the venue behind me, her entire face collapsed. I'm Bryce, 35, and I'd been engaged to Vanessa for 8 months when my entire future imploded at her bridal shower. We'd been together for 3 years, engaged since last December, wedding planned for next month. I thought we were solid. I thought she loved me. I was wrong about a lot of things. The bridal shower was Vanessa's idea. Big event at this upscale venue, about 60 women invited, full catering, decorations, the works. She'd insisted on doing it proper, said it was important for her friends and family to celebrate together. I wasn't supposed to be there. Groom doesn't attend the bridal shower, but I'd arranged a surprise. See? Vanessa's mom, Linda, had pulled me aside 3 weeks before and asked if I could help with something special. She wanted to surprise Vanessa with a video montage during the shower, clips from friends and family saying congratulations, sharing memories, that kind of thing. She asked if I'd coordinate getting the tech set up since I work in IT, and the venue's AV system was apparently complicated. So I had a legitimate reason to be at the venue. That Saturday afternoon I showed up early, around 1 p.m., an hour before the shower started. Set up the projector, tested the sound system, made sure everything worked. The venue coordinator showed me the wireless mic system they'd be using for speeches and games, 4 mics total, all connected to the main speakers throughout the space. I finished setup around 1:40 and went to hide in the back office. The plan was, I'd stay there until the video montage, then surprise Vanessa by appearing at the end with her mom's sweet gesture. She'd love it. Guests started arriving at 2 p.m. I could hear them through the office door, laughing, music, the general buzz of a party starting. At 2:30, Linda made a welcome speech. Then games, then food, the normal bridal shower stuff. Around 3:45, I heard someone testing the mic feedback squeal, then laughter. Then Vanessa's voice. "Is this thing on?" More laughter. I smiled, figuring the speeches were starting. I should get ready to make my entrance. Okay. Vanessa's voice came through the speakers, slightly giggly. She'd probably had some champagne. "I know my mom wants me to give a heartfelt speech about love and Bryce and our future together." I moved toward the door, ready to wait for my cue. "But, real talk for a second." Her voice changed, became more serious. "Can I be honest with you guys?" Someone said something I couldn't hear. Vanessa laughed. "No, I'm serious. I need to say this. I'm only marrying him because I'm tired of waiting for someone better." The office felt like all the air had been sucked out. I stood frozen, hand on the doorknob. "Like, Bryce is fine. He's stable. He has a good job. He'll be a good dad, probably. But he's not, he's not the guy I imagined marrying when I was younger." Someone said something else I couldn't make out. The room had gone quieter. I know I sound terrible. But come on, I'm 33. Most of my friends are married. My sister's been married for 5 years. My mom keeps asking when she's getting grandkids. Bryce proposed at the right time. That's basically it. My hand was shaking on the doorknob. I could hear my heartbeat. And it's not like Prince Charming is showing up at this point, right? So yeah, Bryce is sufficient. He'll do. That's romantic, right? Laughter, but it sounded uncomfortable now. "Whatever. Let's drink to settling," Vanessa said brightly. "To marriages that are good enough." That's when I opened the door and walked out. The venue had an open floor plan. The office door led directly to the main space. 60 women, all dressed up, all staring at me as I walked toward the table where Vanessa stood holding a wireless mic, champagne glass in her other hand. Her face went from flushed and happy to white in about 2 seconds. "Bryce." Her voice was small, but it still came through the speakers since she was holding the mic. "What are you doing here?" "Tech setup for your mom's surprise video," I said calmly. loudly enough that everyone could hear without needing a mic. Been here since before the shower started, heard everything through the office door. She dropped the mic. Feedback screeched through the speakers. I can explain. Don't. You just explained perfectly. You're settling for me because you're tired of waiting for someone better. That's clear. I was joking. No, you weren't. That wasn't a joke. That was you being honest with your friends because you thought I wasn't here. I pulled out my phone, started opening apps while I talked. What are you doing? Saving us both time. You said you're tired of waiting. Perfect. Then let's stop wasting your time. I opened the insurance app, pulled up the ring insurance policy I'd taken out when we got engaged, canceled it. The confirmation email came through immediately. Next, the caterer. I opened my contacts, called the catering company, put it on speaker. Hello, this is Bryce Fletcher. I need to cancel my wedding catering for October 14th. Yes, I understand the policy. Yes, I'll forfeit the deposit. Correct. Cancel the entire order. Thank you. Hung up. Vanessa was crying now, reaching for me. I stepped back. Tux Rental. Called the formal wear place. Same conversation. Canceled everything. Bryce, stop, please. Let's talk about this privately. Why? You weren't private about how you really feel. 60 people just heard you say I'm sufficient and good enough because Prince Charming never showed up. Why should I be private about ending this? Her mom, Linda, stood up from her table. Bryce, honey, she didn't mean... Yes, she did. And you know what? I deserve better than someone who's settling for me. Someone who thinks I'll do because she's tired of waiting. I deserve someone who's excited to marry me. Who wants me, not just the stability I provide. I looked at Vanessa one more time. Mascara running, hands shaking, surrounded by shocked friends and family. Have a nice life. I hope you find someone better. I turned and walked toward the exit. Behind me, someone gasped. I heard Vanessa say, "Oh my God," in a broken voice, because walking out of the venue behind me was her mom, Linda, and her sister, Rachel, and her best friend since childhood, Amy. All three of them had stood up and were following me out. Linda stopped next to me at the door, turned back to the room. My daughter just publicly admitted she's settling for a man who's been nothing but good to her. I'm not staying to celebrate that. Bryce, honey, I'll walk you to your car. Rachel nodded. Me too. Vanessa, you should be ashamed. Amy didn't say anything, just linked her arm through mine and kept walking. I left that venue with 3 women who were supposed to be celebrating Vanessa's upcoming marriage, left her standing there in front of 60 people who just heard her say I was good enough because she gave up on finding better. Update 1. I spent that evening at Linda's house. She'd invited me back after the venue, said she needed to apologize for her daughter's behavior. Rachel came too. Amy went home but texted me 3 times saying she was sorry and that Vanessa didn't deserve me. I raised her better than that, Linda kept saying. She made me dinner, homemade lasagna, which I barely touched. I don't know where this came from, this entitled attitude. It's not your fault, I said. She's my daughter. I should have seen it. Should have said something when I noticed she was treating this wedding like a social obligation instead of a celebration of love. You noticed? Of course I noticed Mother's intuition, but I thought she was just stressed. Wedding planning is hard. I didn't realize she felt this way about you. Rachel sat across from me, quiet for most of dinner. Finally, she spoke. Bryce, I need to tell you something. Vanessa's been talking about her backup plan for months. What backup plan? She called you her backup plan, said you were perfect husband material even if you weren't exciting, said she was done dating guys with no future and it was time to be practical. She said this to you? To me, to Amy, to our cousin Christine, probably to others. We all thought it was just cold feet or nerves. We didn't realize she genuinely saw you as settling. When did she start talking like this? Right after you proposed. Like the engagement made her realize she was actually doing this, and she started justifying it to herself and everyone else. I felt sick. 8 months of planning, of being excited, of thinking we were building a life together. And she'd been telling people I was her backup plan. "I'm sorry," Rachel said. "I should have told you sooner." Would I have believed you without proof? Probably not. Then don't feel bad I needed to hear it from her. I stayed at Linda's that night. She made up the guest room, hugged me good night, apologized again for her daughter. I lay awake most of the night, processing everything. Around 2 a.m., my phone buzzed. "Vanessa, please call me. We need to talk." I didn't respond. I was drunk. I didn't mean any of it. "Bryce, please, I love you. Everyone's mad at me." My own mother left my bridal shower. "This is humiliating. Answer me." I blocked her number. Update 2. Sunday morning, I woke up to 17 missed calls from unknown numbers. Vanessa using other people's phones. I blocked each one as I identified them. Linda made me breakfast. Pancakes, coffee, the full treatment. "You're staying here as long as you need," she said. "Don't rush into any decisions about housing or belongings. Take your time. I have my own place. We weren't living together yet." Thank God for small favors. Rachel came over around noon. "The family group chat is exploding. Aunt Marie wants to know if the wedding's really off. Grandma's asking what happened. Vanessa's not answering anyone." "What are you telling them?" "The truth. That Vanessa publicly admitted she was settling for you and you had the self-respect to walk away. Half the family's on your side. The other half thinks you overreacted." Overreacted to being called sufficient? To hearing she's only marrying me because she's tired of waiting for someone better? That's what I said. Some people don't get it. They think relationships are about compromise and you should have worked through it. It's not compromise when one person has settled and the other person doesn't know. Exactly. That afternoon, Amy came by. Brought my favorite beer. Sat with me on Linda's back porch. "I knew," she said quietly. "About how Vanessa felt, she told me months ago after a girls' night. Said you were perfect on paper and she'd be stupid not to marry you, but she wished there was more spark." "Why didn't you tell me?" "Because I thought it was just cold feet. People get scared before weddings. They question everything. I thought once the wedding happened, once you were married, she'd realize what she had." But she wasn't questioning. She'd already decided I was good enough because nothing better came along. I know that now. And I'm so sorry I didn't say something. You deserve to know. We sat in silence for a while. Then Amy said, "For what it's worth, the way you handled yesterday? That was badass. Most guys would have made a private scene later. You called her out publicly, canceled everything while everyone watched, and walked out with dignity. Respect. Felt less like dignity, more like survival. Same thing sometimes." Update 3. Monday I went back to work, tried to act normal, failed completely. My coworker Josh took one look at me and said, "What happened?" I told him. "The bridal shower, the mic, everything." "Jesus Christ," he said. "What are you going to do about the wedding?" "It's canceled. I already started making calls." "All of it?" "All of it." Josh shook his head. "Man, I'm sorry. But also, you dodged a bullet." Everyone keeps saying that. Because it's true. Better to find out now than after you're married and she's still wishing she'd held out for someone better. I spent my lunch break making more cancellation calls. The venue, the photographer, the florist. Some were understanding. Some were less so. I lost deposits on almost everything. About $8,000 total. Vanessa had contributed maybe $2,000 to the wedding costs. I was fine eating the loss. That evening, Vanessa's friend group started reaching out, not to apologize or check on me, to defend her. One message from Vanessa's college friend Brittany: "You humiliated her. That was cruel." My response: "She humiliated herself. I just stopped pretending I didn't hear it." Another from someone named Chelsea: "Everyone says things they don't mean at parties. You're overreacting." She said it into a microphone at her bridal shower, surrounded by her closest friends and family. That wasn't a slip. That was her truth. They stopped messaging after that Wednesday. Vanessa showed up at my office. Security called up to check if I wanted to see her. I said no. They escorted her out. She waited in the parking lot I left through a side exit and went to my car a different way. Thursday, she sent a long email. I'm going to copy parts of it because it's important. Bryce, I need you to understand what happened. I was nervous at the shower. I'd had too much champagne. My friends were asking me if I was really ready to get married, and I panicked. I said things I didn't mean to make myself sound confident and in control. But I didn't mean any of it. You are not my backup plan. You are not someone I settled for. I love you. I want to marry you. That drunk girl at the shower wasn't me. She was a scared version of me saying stupid things. Please let me fix this. Please give me a chance to prove I mean what I'm saying now, not what I said Saturday. I will do anything. Therapy, couples counseling, whatever you need. I know I hurt you. I know I humiliated us both. But 3 years together has to count for something. Please don't throw away our future over one terrible mistake. I love you. Please come back. Vanessa. I read it twice. Then I replied, Vanessa, you weren't drunk. You were honest. Drunk words are sober thoughts. You told your friends your truth, that I'm sufficient, that you're settling, that you're tired of waiting for someone better. You didn't mean for me to hear it. That's not the same as not meaning it. I'm not throwing away our future. You threw it away the moment you decided I was good enough because Prince Charming never showed up. I'm just refusing to pick up the pieces of something you already broke. I hope you find what you're looking for. But it's not me. Not anymore. Bryce. She didn't respond. Final update. It's been 6 weeks. I'm doing okay. Better than okay, actually. The initial shock and hurt has settled into something like relief. I keep thinking about what would have happened if I hadn't been at that venue. If I'd never heard her speech. We would have gotten married. I would have spent my life with someone who saw me as her consolation prize. Linda still checks in weekly. Rachel and I get coffee sometimes. Amy and I are friends in a way we weren't before. Shared trauma, I guess. They all keep apologizing for Vanessa. I keep telling them it's not their fault. The family split exactly like Rachel predicted. Half think I did the right thing, half think I was too harsh, that I should have worked through it privately. I'm fine with that split. The people who matter got it. Vanessa and I have had no contact since that email exchange. I heard through Amy that she moved back home with her parents, that her friends are divided on whether she was victimized by my cruel public breakup or whether she got what she deserved. That she's telling people different versions of the story depending on the audience. I don't care. Her narrative isn't my problem anymore. I've been on a couple dates. Nothing serious. Just reminding myself what it feels like to be with someone who's excited to be there, not settling. It's a low bar, but apparently one Vanessa couldn't clear. The wedding would have been this weekend. October 14th. Instead of getting married, I'm going hiking with Josh and some guys from work. We're making a weekend of it, celebrating my freedom, Josh keeps saying. Someone at work asked me yesterday if I have any regrets about how I handled it. About the public confrontation, the immediate cancellations, walking out with her family. I thought about it. Really thought about it. No, I said. She made her feelings public. I just responded in kind. And the people who mattered, her mom, her sister, her best friend, they understood immediately that what she said was wrong. They chose to walk out with me. That tells me everything I need to know about whether I overreacted. Vanessa's speech wasn't a mistake. It wasn't cold feet. It wasn't drunken rambling. It was her truth, said to the people closest to her, in a moment when she thought I'd never hear it. I just made sure the truth had consequences. And honestly, I'm grateful it happened. Grateful for the faulty mic system that broadcast her words to everyone, including me. Grateful I found out before the wedding instead of after. Grateful I had the spine to walk away instead of trying to convince her I was worth wanting. because I am worth wanting. Just not by someone who's settling. The bridal shower was supposed to be a celebration of our upcoming marriage. Instead, it became the death of a relationship that only one of us thought was real, and the funeral was quick, public, and attended by all the right people. Vanessa wanted someone better. I hope she finds him. But more importantly, I hope I find someone who doesn't think of me as good enough because she gave up waiting. I hope I find someone who chooses me enthusiastically, not reluctantly. Until then, I'm fine being single. Better alone than sufficient.